Hello everyone, this is Lakshman. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's session, I am going to share you how to prepare a Java full stack web developer for 1 to 4 or 5 years of experience candidate. So before attending any technical interview as a full stack developer, what are the topics and skills I should cover to clear the technical interview? Okay, let me tell you first thing, who is a full stack web developer? A full stack web developer can able to work both sides like front end technology as well as back end technology, and also he can able to develop and manage the databases and servers as well. Okay, and he can also integrate the software and he can also deploy the software, and he can also able to do some testing as well. Okay, so I can say in simple word, you can able to work on entire application. Okay, now let's talk about what are the main responsibilities as a full stack web developer. The main responsibilities of as a full stack web developers are, he can understand the requirements and analyze the requirements about the software with software development and product management team. After that, he can able to build the front end applications, so that applications will be very attractive and inspiring. And third one, he can able to work on database sites, and also he can able to manage the database, develop the database, and also he can work on backend technologies like Java, PHP or Python, anyone. Okay, and also he also able to debug the software and troubleshooting the software whenever it is required, and he can also able to do some testing part also, like unit testing and integration testing whenever it is required. Okay, so and you also have to integrate the software by using some CI/CD tools. So that means you have to do some responsibilities to develop the entire application. The technical panel will looking for who are the job ready candidate. So no need to expert in all technologies, but you must be a job ready candidate. Okay, so now let us see what are the skills and topics we should cover before attending technical interview. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, there must be asking some core Java concepts, but I am not discussing about any core Java concepts. So every Java developer or full stack web developer, you must be prepared core Java concepts. I have already uploaded many entry questions in my YouTube channel. You just go through it in playlist and check it out. Okay, now I am going to talk about some Spring Boot and microservice related entry questions, as well as front end technology entry questions, as well as continuous integration and continuous deployment entry questions. Okay, and at the same time some load balancing entry questions. I'm telling one thing, guys, the questions will be asked dependent on the your experience and the technical panel and organization. So whatever I am going to discuss these entry questions, so maximum will ask entry questions, frequently asked entry questions only. But you can expect in technical interview only 4 to 5 entry questions only. The technical panel will follow up those questions only one by one. Okay, he will ask those surrounding questions only. Okay, so remember this point, it doesn't go anywhere. You used to ask whatever you mentioned in your profile, in your resume, those questions only he used to ask. What are the tools we have used in your project? Okay, what are technologies you are using, either front end or back end technologies? They used to ask these questions only. Okay, and project related entry questions, so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, you just remember this point. So first let's discuss about some Spring Boot and microservice entry questions. Okay, as a Java full stack developer, you must know some important demanding skills like Spring Boot, microservices, okay, and front end technologies like front end frameworks like React.js or AngularJS, and then you must know some design patterns and some CI/CD tools, deployment tools, and also some general behavioral entry questions also you must prepare before attending the interview. Okay, so now let us talk about some Spring Boot and microservice related entry questions. The first question is, so how do you configure Spring Boot application logging? Okay, so next one, which embedded containers are supported by Spring Boot? The next one, how can you set up service discovery? Next one, tell me few microservices design patterns used in your project. The next one, what are the challenges faced while transitioning to microservices? The next one, why you should choose microservice architecture, why not monolithic? So nowadays all are using microservice architecture. So you just prepare some few points about benefits of microservice architecture, and you have to explain with clearly difference between microservices and monolithic architecture. And next question is, how to perform security testing in microservice? Okay, next, why we need containers for microservices? And next question he may ask like explain restful architecture. Okay, next one, how did you debug program in your current project? Can you tell me some debug points, where did you done some debug programs in your project? Okay, and explain some design patterns used in your current project. So you have to explain which are your currently used design patterns and frequently used design patterns in your current project. And next question, this is one of the most important question, what is load balancing? Okay, how it is implemented in Spring Cloud? Okay, so these are some frequently asked Spring Boot and microservice entry questions. I already uploaded some Spring Boot related entry questions. If you didn't watch that video, please go and watch that video. Okay, the next one is front end related technologies entry questions. Also you must be strong in some basic concepts, either it is Angular or React.js or JavaScript. If you are strong in basic, then you can understand the technology very easy. Okay, so either it is Angular or React, you must be strong in some basic concepts. Okay, so they may ask like question, what do you mean by routing in AngularJS? Okay, so and what is React.js and why we are using React.js? So did you use this technology in your current project? How do you implement security for full stack application? So they may ask a lot of different type of questions, how you are build the application using any front-end framework, either it is AngularJS or React.js. They may ask different types of questions based on the technical panel and organization. So next they may ask like CI/CD tools, so continuous integration and continuous deployment tools, like explain how do you develop a continuous integration process in your project, and explain Git workflow. So you must be explain the entire workflow. Okay, so and explain the difference between git pull and git fetch and git merge. So they may ask different types of questions, and they may ask like how do you use Docker in your current project? You have to explain the process. Okay, you have to explain the flow, how you are using the Docker container in your current project, and how can you share the code between files. Okay, so they may ask like general questions as what are the front-end technologies and back-end technologies you worked on. Okay, and also how do you give rate for AngularJS and Spring Boot yourself. Okay, so they may ask like this also. Okay, so you can expect like a cloud service provider related entry questions also, like AWS or Azure. So how you deploying it, what is the process to deploy into the cloud, can you explain it? Okay, how you can manage the load balancing, how can you give performance, web application performance. Okay, so they may ask a lot of questions on logical scenario oriented questions only. You never expect as a senior candidate like difference between abstract class interface, difference between string buffer and string builder, like these questions. As a full stack web developer, you must expect the questions like scenario oriented entry questions. Nowadays the entry process also has been changed, so they are conducting the written test for experienced candidates also. After successfully clearing the written test, they are conducting the telephonic or video call interviews. So they are asking the questions. Technical panels used to ask the questions scenario oriented only, that to 5 to 6 questions only. Okay, in those questions only, they are again asking the questions that related entry questions only. Suppose if they asked about project related entry questions, so they will used to ask in the surrounding area only. They are not going any new topic. So please remember that point. Okay, so finally I'm going to conclusion. So you have to prepare core Java concepts, whether you are Java developer or Java full stack developer. The next one is Spring Boot and microservice related entry questions. Okay, and CI/CD tools entry questions. So that too you have to prepare with examples for each and every question and answer. Then only you can clear the interview. So you have to prepare for each question with one best example. Then you can clear the interview. Okay. So, and next thing, you have to prepare some load balancing and some design patterns. They may ask some design patterns. They may ask like some protocols, HTTPS protocol, SSH. So you must be know some API related entry questions like web servicing, RESTful web services. You have to explain the architecture. Okay, so these are the entry questions you have to cover as a full stack Java developer. Okay, so if you like this video, please share to your friends and also hit the like button. Okay, so thank you for watching.